Hello and welcome back to Dead Money Trade. Today we're going to take a quick look at the SPY. Here we have the Fridays highlighted in yellow to see kind of looking at the price action for tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday. Today's April 11th, Thursday. We had an interesting day today because yesterday we had a nasty sell-off, about a 1% move to the downside due to CPI coming hot, very hot. Uh, Gap down Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, really Wednesday morning. Um, got a little bit of recovery here, but it was a down day. Just closed above where it opened, so that's why it's a green candle here. So we got a 1% sell off yesterday. Today, very interesting, we pretty much closed the gap that was made on the gap down. And if we zoom in on the 1 hour here, you can see that this has been happening pretty much last couple weeks. I mean, we started this downtrend. Oh, we met our highest high on March 28th, and ever since then we have not made new all-time highs in the month of April for Q2. Um, and when we gap down, we pretty much fill the gap, and then um, same thing happened yesterday. We gapped down, and then we filled the gap. So kind of interesting price action here. We are kind of nearing the resistance of the downward channel wedge here. So it's kind of hard to buy calls right now. Maybe if you're bullish for Friday, you'd buy a call, but try to get out at the top of this channel. Although it could make a new all-time high or continue up higher, I think until we take out this this previous high, this previous high, it's not really a good indication that we're going to be testing all-time highs again. Now, if we take out those highs, could be good time. I think we can see maybe tomorrow, Friday, we get a little bit of a sell-off, a little bit of sideways action. Monday we go up, Tuesday we go up, and then into Tuesday session we start selling off. If we put in a higher low than the previous low, that would be very bullish. Okay, but that's not what's been going on. And even if that did happen, it could still continue to sell off and make a lower low, right? But if uh, if we do come up, let's say Friday, Monday, and then make a lower low, to me that would be an indication that we are continuing this like downward channel. Okay, so I'd be a little bit more bearish here. Now the problem is, as you can see, when we get to the bottom of this channel, we always fill these gaps and come up. That's not going to always happen, right? But until that stops happening, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. So yesterday, right? If you bought puts, you're kind of screwed on those puts. Um, Now up here, same thing. It's kind of hard to buy calls here, just because we've been in this orderly structure for April. Now if we do make a lower low, maybe you could play calls, but um, just be conservative, right? Like we want to play this, or not financial advice, educational purpose, right? For educational purposes, if you're trying to minimize risk, you want to just kind of play this channel until it breaks either to the downside or to the upside, right? Um, Sometimes, guys, when you're in the dead middle of a range, there is really no edge. It's just a coin flip, right? Uh, a lot of trading can be like that. It's just a coin flip, and you don't want to take those coin flip trades. You want to at least try to have a little bit of an edge, okay? A little bit of an edge. So that's it for SPY. We'll see what Fridays and Mondays action brings. Fridays, there have been more down days than green days this year, but like by 1 or 2 days. Um, but Friday is kind of known as VIX expiration, so we'll just have to see what happens. I want to move over to Bitcoin, which has been very quiet, very slow. Not really much going on Bitcoin. Actually, let's look at a bigger time scale, 4 hour. Um, Man, it has been just a slow grind. I think people are waiting on the halving to see what happens on the halving day. Um, to me, positioning doesn't really look like we're going to get negative price action going into the halving because let's look at fix my lines here. Let's look at um, the histogram. Look at this histogram. It this is a daily, right? Like how long have we stayed in negative momentum? Uh, this is getting to be like a long time here, almost a month of just negative on the histogram. So I feel like we're due for some green. Now, it could be wrong. Of course, you never know, right? You never know. You never want to pretend like you know. But we've been making these higher lows, another higher low, a little shitty brush here, another higher low, these higher lows, right? We're making higher lows. We're kind of in a ascending triangle. We're getting higher lows, kind of a flat top, but it kind of shows that momentum's switching into the hands of the buyers, more buyers and sellers. We just need to blow off and go because I think once we cross all-time highs, it's going to be price discovery. It might not be straight to 80K, but 80K is probably in the cards if we make all-time highs, new all-time highs. Um, so I think traders are kind of like waiting to see how the halving goes, but I think next week, this it looks like the negative momentum on the histogram is getting lower and lower. Could be going green, and once we go green, um, we should be going up. Another thing you'll notice too is like with this histogram, it's making higher lows even with the negative momentum, so that's a good sign. RSI has just been trading flat, and I think this is kind of also good because this leaves room for it to become overbought. It's just not there, right? Now it also leaves room to become oversold, but kind of neutral RSI. It is in the bullish control zone, so that's a good thing. Um, I think we're gonna leave it at that today, guys. Uh, like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Follow me on Twitter, although um, I haven't been too active there. I'm trying to get a little bit more active. I did post some stuff on inflation, which I think is interesting. Why governments actually like inflation. So check that out. Like those tweets, and I'll see you for the next video. Good luck on your trading, and take care.